Have you ever noticed that your mind rarely stops talking? Even when you sit in silence, thoughts move like a restless river. Memories, worries, judgments, plans. It's as if there's a constant narrator inside your head, commenting on everything you do. And yet, somewhere deep inside, you may have felt that life is not meant to be lived only through this endless commentary. There is a deeper peace, a stillness beyond thought, waiting to be discovered. Alan Watts once said, "Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone." And this is precisely what silencing the mind is about. Not fighting with thoughts, but seeing through them, letting them settle naturally until the clear water of awareness shines through. The modern world has trained us to live in constant noise, notifications, conversations, deadlines, and the relentless pressure of becoming someone. In this state, silence feels almost unnatural. But the mind's chatter is not the enemy. It is simply a survival mechanism. Our ancestors needed a restless mind to anticipate dangers, to plan, to survive. The problem is, today, the same restless mechanism runs without pause, even when we are safe. Eastern philosophy calls this the monkey mind, jumping from branch to branch, thought to thought, never staying still. The Buddha compared it to a drunken monkey bitten by a scorpion, restless, agitated, and in pain. To silence the mind, you don't kill the monkey, you simply stop feeding it. Alan Watts reminded us that thoughts are like clouds drifting through the sky. They appear, they take shape, and they dissolve. The mistake we make is believing we are those clouds. In reality, we are the sky, the vast awareness in which all thoughts come and go. Eastern sages, especially in Vedanta and Zen, point to this truth: you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness in which thoughts arise. The mind is loud when you identify with it. The moment you step back and observe, silence begins, not because thoughts vanish, but because they lose their grip on you. Why silence matters. Why should we care about silencing the mind? Because without silence, there is no real freedom. A noisy mind keeps you trapped in illusions, fear of the future, regret of the past, and endless comparison with others. When the mind quiets, you begin to taste life directly. The sound of the wind, the rhythm of your breath, the presence of another human being, these become vivid and alive. Silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the ground of clarity, creativity, and love. Now, let's uncover the simple yet powerful practices that help silence the mind. First, observation without judgment. Sit quietly and watch your thoughts. Do nothing about them. Don't push them away. Don't analyze them. Just watch. This is what Zen masters call shikantaza, just sitting. With time, thoughts pass on their own, like waves losing momentum. Alan Watts often compared this to listening to music. You don't try to stop the notes. You let them play, and in their own time, they fade into silence. Second, the power of breath. In many Eastern traditions, the breath is the anchor of silence. Taoists say the breath is the bridge between body and spirit. Yogis teach pranayama, the control of life force through breathing. Notice how the mind softens when you follow your breath. Each inhale, each exhale, draws you back from the world of thought into the present moment. Breathing is the simplest doorway into silence. Third, returning to the present. Eckhart Tolle, echoing Zen teachings, said, "The present moment is all you ever have." When you give full attention to the now, the sensations in your body, the sound around you, the chatter fades, because the mind cannot exist in the present. It only survives in past and future. The more you root yourself in now, the quieter life becomes. Fourth, surrender and letting go. One of Alan Watts' most powerful lessons was about surrender. He said that trying to control the mind is like trying to smooth water with a flat iron. The harder you try, the more ripples you create. Silence does not come from effort. It comes from trust, from letting things be as they are. When you surrender control, silence arises naturally. Fifth and last one, meditation and mindfulness. Every Eastern tradition, Buddhism, Taoism, Vedanta, has a form of meditation. The essence is always the same: rest as awareness itself. Meditation is not an escape. It is an invitation to meet life directly. With practice, silence follows you even outside meditation, into your work, your relationships, your ordinary daily moments. The paradox of silence. Here's the paradox. You cannot force the mind into silence. Effort itself is noise. The more you try, the louder the chatter becomes. Silence comes when you stop seeking it. When you allow thoughts to rise and fall like waves in the ocean. When you realize that you are not the storm, but the sky that holds it. The Tao Te Ching says, "Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself?" This is the essence of silencing the mind, not by suppression, but by patience, by presence, by letting life flow. So, how do you silence the mind? By not fighting it, by understanding its nature, by breathing, observing, surrendering, by returning again and again to the present. Silence is not something you achieve. It's something you uncover. It is always here, beneath the noise, like the stillness of the ocean beneath the waves. As Alan Watts beautifully said, "You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself." And when the mind is silent, life sees itself clearly, without distortion. Take a breath. Notice the stillness between these words. That silence is always with you. You don't need to create it. You only need to remember it. If this message spoke to you and brought a moment of stillness, imagine what more we can explore together. Subscribe to the channel, and let's continue this journey into silence, presence, and clarity, one step at a time. Your support helps us share this space with more people who are searching for peace within. See you in the next video.